Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for One Punch Man.
Okay.
I just killed your mood right there, didn't I?
Just a little bit.
You were about to squeal it out and just, One Punch Man. Episode 5 of Season 1. I mean, there is only one season for now. Alright, with the Hero Association on the rise now.
Yes.
So, who do you think's going to score higher? Saitama with his insane OP abilities, or Genos with his shonen protagonist abilities?
So what I think is going to happen is that Genos is going to be very serious about it. He's going to give it everything he has and more. And then Saitama will just completely ace him and leave him in the dust. And he will be so completely mentally traumatized by that he will redouble his efforts to be the best Genos that he can be.
I can't tell if you're serious or not. Alright, so without further ado, let's just watch this episode and find out what actually happens.
Woman Rider is the top class C hero.
それでは次の議題に参ります。通算55回目となるヒーロー認定試験ですが、今回の総受験者数は
全6会場11,684名。前大会よりさらに 22% 増加です。
喜んでばかりはいられんよ。死亡者が増えてもヒーローの質が下がってしまっては元も子もないんだ。
Gonna be a random spike at the end there.
そう査定を厳しくしていかねばならん。それと例の人材が受験に来ているという話を耳にしたんだが。
ええ、まだ未確定ですが、可能性は非常に高いかと思われます。
This should be good.
Yep. Yep.
次、反復横跳び30秒。よーい、始め。次、
Yes.
始め。次、重量上げ。次、砲丸投げ。垂直跳び。
Wow.
モグラ叩き。
Okay.
帰ろう。
The ultimate master.
やっと全部のテストが終わったか。あとは結果を待つだけだな。お、そっちも終わったな。
はい。
お前さ、体力テストする必要あるの？
That's a good point.
いや、数値とかデータで提出できると思うんだけど。まあいいや。で、どうだった？
筆記テストも体力テストも実にくだらない内容でしたね。
だよな。ヒーロー試験にしちゃ簡単すぎるよな。
もうじき点数が出るようですよ。70点以上が合格。まあ、筆記の方はあの内容だと満点で当たり前なので、問題は体力テストですが、先生と俺なら余裕でしょう。100点でした。
マジで？
はい。S 級ヒーローに認定すると書いてありますね。
Class S.
なんだそれ。
Yep.
ラン
Top.
ク付けなんて何の意味もないと思いますが、先生はどうです？
あ、この詩は俺も。
S 級。当然の結果ですね。しかも俺よりもフォントのサイズが大きいじゃないですか。さすがです、先生。先生。
ああ、だってまあ71点の C 級だしな。俺。
Wait, what?
さっきは C の字の上半分 S と間違えたということだ。
分析すんじゃねえよ。
何かの間違いでしょう。俺が責任者に直訴してきます。
ごめん、やめて。俺が恥ずかしいから。
ジェノス様、サイタマ様、16時より合格者セミナーを行います。第3ホールまで来てください。
とりあえず行こ
You
うぜ。
passed though.
いずれにしても
Oh, by
合
shirt.
格しちまえば
Wow.
こっちのもんだ。
聞いているのか。その間抜け面が全世界にさらされるんだ。恥をかきたくなかったら。
What was?
俺のような立派なヒーローを目指せ。
先生。
永久ヒーローにもなると多少は境界に幅が利くんだ。不心得者はいつでも限定してランクを下げてやる。覚えておけ。
晩飯何にしようかな。
もう一人の埼玉くんは筆記や作文こそひどかったが体力は50点満点。結果はギリギリの合格だったが体力試験のほぼ全てにおいてヒーロー協会体力試験の
Right.
大幅に更新
Exactly.
した。彼の肉体には神が
Yeah, pretty much.
スネック君、君はすでにジェノス君よりランクは下だし、埼玉君にもすぐに追いつかれてしまうかもしれんぞ。
A 級でランキングトップになると B 級ランカーになれんのか。で、その上に A 級があって S 級はさらにその上。ジェノスって実はすごいやつだったのか。なんか俺がなりたかったヒーローと違う気が。
Probably not.
格差セミナーの続きだ。この業界には新人潰しというものが存在する。
Oh yeah, this will go well for you.
抜かれることを気にする者も多くてね。こんな感じで。
この辺でいいか。
はい。
Are they gonna train?
でも手合わせって言ってもガチじゃないんだろ。
俺はそのつもりです。先生の本気を引き出せるよう全力でぶつかっていきますお願いします。
Oh my gosh, that animation is beautiful. Wow. And the serious music in the background.
先生、この手合わせのルールを忘れたのですか？回避可能な攻撃はちゃんと回避すること、ふざけずに真面目にやること、俺に気を使わないこと、そして俺が戦闘不能になるまで続けること。本人でさえ説明できない。
Yeah, that might be more than you're realizing, Genos.
この戦いで何かつかめるかもしれない。 情けは無用です。以上です、先生。
腹減った。飯だ飯。うどん食いに行こうぜ。
He's just like, I've seen the face of God.
強くなるためならどんなことでもやる覚悟はある。だが俺が先生の強さに近づけるイメージが全く湧かない。
And even the clouds are dispersed. Like,
次元が違う。
どうした？うどん嫌いなの？もう一勝負行こうぜ、ジェノス。
wow.
あの人やばくない？マジ？
Oh, that's gross.
これで終わりか。
お前すげえな。
いらっしゃいよ。
ジェノス君だね。永久1位の甘いマスクだ。君と話がしたい。
永久1位って。
甘いマスクだ。マスク。
話
新人潰しかもしれないぞ。気をつけろ、ジェノス。
なるほど。では先生はここで待っていてください。いいだろう。ちょうど腹ごなしをしたいと思っていたところだ。
君は特例として S 級になったそうだね。
だったらなんだ。
He was the runner-up to be Class S.
あいつ大丈夫かな。あれ、もう片付いたのか？
はい。
さすが S 級だな。新人潰しに A 級1位が出向いてくるとかよ。
いえ。
あ？新人潰しじゃなかったのか？じゃあ何だったんだよ。
要約すると歓迎されました。
え？あ、そうなの？
すみません。
あ？
甘いマスクさんのお知り合いなんですよね。握手してください。いやー、ありがとうございます。
Foaming mouth lady, basically.
やっぱ S
Yep.
級と C 級じゃ対応が全然違うんだな。つうかよく考えたらそれ詐欺じゃねえか？お前サイボーグだろ。まあいいや。とにかくこれで一生いっぱいだな。
There you go.
今日から俺たちは一応プロヒーローなわけだ。お互いこれから頑張ろうぜ。
はい。
プロヒーローとは常に正義の美しきシンボルでなければならない。これは僕のポリシーでもある。特に S 級ならばなおさらだ。そう怖い顔しなくてもいいだろう。わざわざ君の顔を見に来てあげたのに。ヒーロー認定試験はどうだった？
どれもくだらない。あんなものは時間の無駄だ。新人潰しならさっさと来い。今この時間も無駄だ。
血気盛んなのはいいけど、度が過ぎるとやけどするよ。教会批判の話は聞かなかったことにしよう。話は以上だ。僕は君を歓迎する。期待してるよ、ジェノス君。
俺は一旦出直してきます。
おう、そっか。じゃあまたな。
はい、失礼します。
They're such quirky characters. I love it.
出直すってさ、そういう意味だったの？
はい。一度荷物をまとめに帰りました。
Yes!
ここに住んでます。
So much yes.
絶対ダメ。
部屋代払います。
ちゃんと歯ブラシ持ってきたか？
はい。
All right, what did you think of the episode, Jacob?
That was quite a lot of fun. It definitely seemed like strangely a filler episode, even though there hasn't really been much of like an overarching plot yet. But this also seems like it kicked off the overarching plot, maybe. I like the idea that maybe the Hero Association is just like a mafia group. Or something similar to that. Like the idea that it could be owned by one person is pretty scary.
There's a fun little Easter egg that you missed because this is your first time watching it, so of course you didn't notice it. But they dropped a hint at it in a previous episode. I was just going to wait until this moment to tell you. You remember how it said that this whole Hero Association thing only started 3 years ago?
Oh.
Do you know what happened 3 years ago? The person whose grandson got attacked by some monster was saved by a passerby.
Okay.
The grandson was the kid with the ball chin, and the monster was the crab, and the passerby was Saitama.
That is amazing.
So if you looked at the guy who's in charge of it right now, it's this old guy with the balls chin, you know.
Wow.
Yep.
That is amazing.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
And there's nothing else in the story that's gonna like make you figure that out. So it's good to kind of know in case you miss it.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, how does that make you feel also now about the Hero Association being started from that? And then even already 3 years later, you're already sensing a little bit of a more corrupt kind of
Well, what I'm wondering is if it was only started 3 years ago, what did everyone do when there were people, like there were villains and people with superpowers and stuff, but no Hero Association? So, that's...
Well, so far, do you know of anyone with actual superpowers? Besides Saitama?
Well, yeah, I mean... Okay, so everything...
There's Sonic's... The speed of sound Sonic. He's pretty fast.
And, like... And if he can actually go at the speed of sound like his name implies, then... Well, yeah, that's something superhuman.
Right, but to an extent, Saitama is kind of that passerby card, but Genos is a cyborg.
That's true. So,
and most of the tests they seem to be doing were for like actual, just regular human physical tests,
right? And with like, and a lot of the villains that we see either are some kind of like monster alien thing, or they have some kind of equipment. So. Okay, that would be interesting if Saitama was essentially the first actual, like, person with a superpower.
Just something for you to think about. Also, this was a prime example of this episode of Sakuga.
Yes, that was gorgeous. Yes. I absolutely loved it.
I pronounced it right? Sakuga?
I think so.
Sakuga? Yeah. It's basically over-the-top animation.
Yes, and
very high-detailed drawings at a very fast pace.
That was just gorgeous.
Yeah.
I need
Genos
to go rewatch
showing off his incredible skills, but when it comes down to it, Saitama is a god in a human body. I
love how there was the person
contest.
that actually said exactly that.
Exactly.
Yep. That was fantastic. I love how... Okay, so our first anime really was Bleach. And one of the super epic parts of, like, the best parts of Bleach is when Ichigo is fighting Byakuya and he's trying to get him to use his full power and everything. And it's really intense and it's really serious. And here they kind of just, like, sort of took a dump over that whole concept by having Genos be... And someone was even saying in the comments on a previous video that he was based visually off of Hollow Ichigo. And here he's telling Saitama to go all out, and he just pulls his punch right in front of his face, and the mountain is gone.
Creates a new canyon behind him. The amount of care that Saitama has about being, about having this incredible strength and
Yes.
stuff. He doesn't seem to really care about it that much because it's just something that he's grown accustomed to.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
there hasn't been anyone really to ever give him a contest. But it's something to think about
Except
in terms
for that
of
mosquito.
Well, no, it's something to think about in terms of this organization where he was scored lower than Genos and is going to be less favorably treated because he scored less on the written exam.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Genos is a cyborg and just determined the correct
Yeah,
answer by
right.
analysis and said, this is a waste of time, this is boring. So Saitama is the bottom of Class C superheroes or heroes.
Right.
So what kind of struggles could you see that coming up with in the future with someone who with godlike physical power, but none of the qualities of none of the mental qualities of a hero that this association specifically wants?
Well, okay, so there are two things that come to mind.
Okay.
One, if Saitama wants to progress to Class B, he will have to essentially prove himself to be better than Moomin Rider, because Moomin Rider is the current head of Class C, and only the top gets moved into the next class. So
Right.
that could provide for some amazingly awful drama, because Moomin Rider is Moomin Rider, and
he's the
enough
hero.
said.
He's the hero. He's not the hero we need, but he's the one we deserve.
No, we don't even deserve a hero
We don't
like
even
Moomin
deserve
Rider.
him. Yeah, because
He's beyond that.
Moomin Rider is the epitome of someone that probably scored perfectly on the written exam of
And
the
got-
kind of the qualities of a hero and got very below average.
Just like the
physical.
flip with Saitama. Yeah.
Exactly. So if Saitama wasn't getting credit for all those monsters and stuff he killed in the past and stuff,
Right.
how is he going to accelerate his advance through the classes, for instance?
By maybe making sure that he gets credit for it. Now, here's one of the things that's kind of a problem. When you destroy things that are, these massive monsters and stuff,
in one punch.
One of the things that tends to happen is collateral damage. So, in the Man of Steel movie, they're all going around punching each other and wrecking buildings, and it's like, wow, how many thousands of people did they kill in their battle? Even more
true.
extreme with someone like Saitama, and if the Hero Association doesn't like him because he scored lower, whatever, that could be something that comes back to bite him a bit more. And then we could get to see some awesome bro Genos defending Saitama, and if it is some corrupt organization, then maybe that's where the main antagonizing comes in.
Yeah, they had the guy Amai Mask come into play, Class A, Rank 1.
Yes.
And he basically kind of squared shoulders with Genos and was kind of like, hey,
Yeah.
welcome
Yeah.
to the association.
Right.
We're glad to have you with us. We're
The Don
expecting
sends
great
his
things from you.
regards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So you got that whole vibe from him, and you also saw the elements of the popularity contest, and that it's the
Yes,
hero's
absolutely.
marketability. So,
And a bald head is not very marketable, unfortunately.
as we could see with the very specific Class A, 36 or rank 38, Snek hero,
Yes.
who
Yes.
has the very, snazzy do, came to do some rookie crushing, and just got backhanded
What I don't
into the
get
curb.
is why did he go out? I mean, I get that Saitama is ranked below him, but the person just told him physically that person is a god in a human body. So why?
No one believes that. You think about it,
Sure.
here's another thing to think about, is Saitama's powers are so incredibly strong that they didn't even have a scale for
Sure.
that amount of strength. It just goes off the scales on all the things.
Right.
So what happens when he beats something, and it's so easy, everyone assumes that,
It was a fake.
It was
maybe,
a
it
fake,
was a
or-
setup.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
all
I can
kinds of
see
things
that
could happen.
because what is it? When the crazier and more outlandish things get, the more we tend to dismiss them as human beings, just because we want to keep our own understanding of our universe intact.
Yep.
And with something like Saitama, One Punch, anything, it's gone.
Right.
That tends to shatter, it could shatter some universes. Not hopefully literal universes, unless he decided to
he punches the earth.
the Earth or whatever. That could be a problem.
Could be a problem.
But yes, it could cause a lot of complications just because maybe people don't believe him.
Sure.
Like he says, yeah, I did that, and they're like, no, that was probably some other guy. Because they can't see him because it's this massive giant or something like that. And
Sure.
just little bit itty bitty him.
Now, what do you think about the whole Genos Saitama relationship? They're kind of in that kind of beginnings of a bromantic kind of relationship.
I gotta say, I absolutely loved that shot of Genos just showing up with his massive bag full of stuff, and being like, "All right, I'm gonna live here," and Saitama's like, "Absolutely not."
And he throws down. He's like, "I have rent money," and he's like, "Do you have a toothbrush?"
It's like, to make a compelling argument, you know.
Like he was doing the dumb contest at the udon noodles place just to get the 50,000 yen.
Yes.
So that he could get some funds.
Yeah.
Which is funny because what they could have done is just had Genos tackle it, split the cost, and then they would have split the 25,000 yen.
Sure.
And that might have made a big deal to Saitama's funds, you know? But instead, they went against each other, and Saitama got his butt kicked.
And I know that was just for like animation, like comedy purposes. But he threw down a stack of bills about yay thick, and each one I think said 10,000. So, like, do the math. Like, how many bills? If each one is 10,000, how much money is that? Probably a lot.
Well, that's the other thing. We're probably not completely aware of the translation of yen to dollars. So.
I think it's about 100 to 1.
Okay, that sounds about right. But who knows?
But anyways,
yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah,
and he's also paying a little bit for like the hey, keep me around. You need to mentor me. I'm your disciple.
Exactly.
So here's that other thing. You have a Class S hero. And Genos is basically the perfect student, but he's got that kind of edgy, rebellious, kind of shonen protagonist thing going on.
Exactly.
Saitama looks boring. He has nothing marketable about him. He has godlike strength, but he's not the brightest, he's not the brightest tool in the shed. So
what should do.
Genos is basically, Genos is coming to him and saying, I want you to be my disciple. What if the other Class S heroes see Genos hanging around with a Class C hero being like, this is my master, and they're like,
yeah, right, yeah.
Do you think Genos is going to get pulled down by Saitama's presence in some way?
Well, something like that could happen. It'd be kind of dumb, but I could see them doing it. But the thing is that all it takes is, for Saitama just to be Saitama in front of the other Class S heroes. And then they'll just, bow down or whatever. One thing Saitama could do, if he wanted to better market himself and become an S-class hero, make a superhero uniform in the color pattern of the American flag, get a blonde wig with little spiky hair things
No,
on top.
he's not all right.
But, like...
If he moves that fast, it doesn't matter what kind of wig he's wearing. That's why his
true.
hair probably keeps coming off, as he moves at such a fast pace that the hair just...
Yeah, he doesn't actually need to shave or anything. It just... Gone.
The amount of heat from the friction of the air moving past him.
Sure.
All right. Well, this is fun. You excited for kind of a continuation of this little setup? All right, cool. All right, guys, this has been really fun. Until next week. We'll see you then, right?
Yep.
Until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.